Brew with Bottle.
And hello indeed, welcome to the Brew with Bottle Studios. My name's Bottle, and I'm your host for today. And I am pleased to say that after a long hiatus from us both, Bamps is back in the studio with me. Bamps, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Yes, very good, thank you.
Good.
Ready for Christmas, which is only probably about 8 days away at the time of recording this. We have not spoken for such a long time, and so much has happened since I last spoke to you. Anything stand out for you?
It's just massive.
Every time we talk, you're like, yeah, it's getting bigger. Yeah, it's getting bigger. Yeah, it's getting bigger.
Yeah, wait to the end of this and it'll be even bigger.
Fair enough. So, we were just speaking off air before we came on, and we said that we were going to start with the decline first.
Yeah.
So rather than try and beat around the bush and end up at the decline, I figured we would just grab the hard hat, take Sheila, get down there.
Get Sheila down there.
And see what's happening.
Yeah, let's head towards the dike.
So what's Sheila up to?
Right. Everybody knows by now, or should do, that the decline design has changed.
Definitely.
And we don't know at what particular point whether they've altered the route midstream or what. That may have slowed it up a little bit. But it turns sharply to the right from the box cut.
Yep.
And now it's heading down. So do you remember there was a rig, a stray rig that had an incline to the southwest, and everybody was going, where's that going? Where's that going?
Yep.
Well, it's quite obvious it was doing the test for the decline spirals and the vent.
Yep.
So that point there, that's roughly where you're looking at, is the start of the spirals. And that is going to be now the new vent position. So the vent and the spiral starts on the southern side of the sand dune.
Okay, I'll bring that up in a second.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the plan we've got shows the the 4 rings of the spiral, where there was 5 rings on the other one.
Yes.
So that the actual angle going round the spiral, the radius, is shallower. So it doesn't wear the tyres out on the wagon so much. If you've got sharp bends, and it goes around a long, long time, the tyres will wear out on one side than the other. So I'm presuming they wanted less spirals, less steep radius spirals. Now, the old vent position is still marked on this plan, and it's got some decline tunnels coming down from it. Now, I'm presuming this could be the paste plant to get the paste down when they start stoping, but I'm not sure of that one.
What's a pace? What's a paste plan?
The paste plant, when they start digging the tunnels, blasting and taking out the ore.
Yep.
When they finish that particular tunnel, they will backfill it. They will put some timbers up, and then it will be backfilled with a wet slurry cement.
Yes.
So they've got to import cement from Port Hedland, wherever the cement plant is.
Okay.
And they also got to import the tailings from Telford, and then the paste plant will mix it and get it to the right moisture content and mix with the cement, and then it'll be pumped down and it'll be backfilled. Now this is why I sent an email to Sean and I said this isn't very environmentally friendly way, especially when you're trying to produce an ESG, which is coming out probably January, February. Just say sustainability. It's a very costly project. Anyway, we'll come to that in a bit. We go back to this decline change. as you can see, they've moved it now, the spiral, away from that wishbone effect. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, whether there was water problems, could be water trapped in there, and they didn't want it to affect the vent. I don't know, but that's not really the reason they've moved it. Right. So, if we go to the plan, the drill plan on the last drill report.
Oh, hang on. The last drill report is there.
That one.
That one?
No. Next one, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. You can look at the dike going south, and then go to the left. There's 3 drills sticking way out. You see it?
Yep.
That long one from nearest section S2, that is 86W4, which we'll come back to that. But that is our deepest drill. That is way down. Okay, now the other 2, I think is 149 and 149W2.
It all gets a bit messy there, doesn't it?
Yeah, those 2, they finish at the bottom of the 4th mining front. So you'd have to go back to the PFS and look for that.
Right, okay.
So, but it finishes at that level, but it finishes way to the southwest. Now, I reckon they're testing the ground for the mining infrastructure. There's as you go down the decline, you'll go through an access tunnel and then turn left down the western front. And at the end of that, there's a return air raise for the ventilation going up. There's an FRA, which is a fresh air raise. Now that's the vent. That's the vent, the top vent where the Eversea plant will be.
Okay.
That draws all the air out.
Right.
So that's where the big plant's going to be. So it's near the infrastructure for the electrics for this Eversea plant, that is.
Right, okay.
But the return air raise will be the other side of the second sand dune.
Up here, in this area.
Somewhere there, yeah. But probably a bit to the right. Right, so all that mining infrastructure is going to start coming up there somewhere. Okay, now I reckon that 149 drill where they're sticking out, that is testing the infrastructure for that mining front. Okay.
Yep.
What 86W4 is doing out there, my mind's gone blank with that one. I don't know why it's out there. It's too deep to be out there. That is nowhere near a mining front or anything. But that's 400 metres below what they were talking about.
That's a long way down, isn't it?
It's way down. It's about 1,400 metres of ore. That is exciting.
Was there not an anomaly down in that part? Do I not recall? A little one. There was always something in that area. I don't know how deep it was, but they've not reported anything off of it.
Well, that was one of the items we were discussing ages ago. That could have been one of Callum's cock and bull theory.
Yes.
But I don't think I've never thought they were looking for a southwest anomaly.
Let me just show you another image.
I've never thought that.
See if that. I mean, that's I don't know how old that is compared to what we've just seen, but they've been testing very wide, haven't they?
They have, but it's all within the ore body. You can't really go by the pads because
Right.
they're way out,
Yeah.
and the ones that are furthest out are testing the eastern breccia on the other side,
Yes.
and the ones on the north are testing the deep bits on the south, on the southeast deeps.
Yeah.
But if there is anything out there, it's to the south, not to the southwest.
Right. Okay.
Okay, because that's where the gravity anomaly goes downwards. But they must have tested that ground. Can't believe they would put the decline there if there was anything in it.
Yeah. I hear.
Yeah, so if we go back to that plan.
New software this morning, so bear with me, please, ladies and gentlemen. Which would be that one.
Yeah, you can go. If you haven't got the mining one, have you?
The original Plan A.
Yeah, that end of that decline there from the spiral, that heads off to the access tunnel to the western front. Sounds like the World War One, doesn't it?
All these different fronts and stuff.
Mm.
Sorry, just the first mining plan. Would that be helpful at this stage?
It was on the PFS, wasn't it?
The PFS. Where's the PFS when you want it?
Right, starting in the top left, you can see the box cut being excavated. The machine's working on that, and the shape of the box cut coming along, getting deeper. And then second from top right is it's a jumbo drilling the holes. Now I presume this is drilling the holes for the bolts that go around the box cut to hold the above the portal. So then you got one of those jumbo trucks I keep talking about. That's a 65 ton that can take.
Wow.
So that's on a normal British road, you'd have big trucks carrying 20 ton.
Yeah, I mean
so that's three
wow.
lots of them in that bucket. Then you got the night drilling, the plan, and the portal being done. You got the open day with it. And then you got the core shed with the tent. You got the cores inside the tent. And then the next one's a good one. That's the 360 excavator. It's working with two tools. It's working with the road head, which is like a rotary head, which is taking off the main bulk of the material. And then he puts a bucket on with teeth and they're cleaning it up. But you can see it's getting drier. That don't look wet. Doesn't look wet there at all.
No. Let's see if I can zoom in on it for you. Is that the Volvo? Is that the one we're looking at?
Yeah, that one.
That does look somewhat dry, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think the next one to look at is
That's the one. Maybe?
Yeah.
YouTube won't, Chrome won't let me zoom in any further than that. It's as close as I can get.
Okay. Everybody will have to do it on their own machines. Right, if you go down to the bottom right, the one in from it, there's two together.
Yep.
And the first one shows the sides coming in They're not vertical, they're coming in. Right?
Yep.
And look at the base. The base is wet.
Yes.
I think that's where the machines are forcing the moisture out of the ground more than water coming in.
Right, okay.
And then the bottom one on the right, I mean, look how dry that looks.
Yeah.
So I think we're over the horrible bit, the slow,
Yes.
time-consuming stuff.
Yes.
But I've seen evidence of steel plates in the roof, and I think they're past that bit. I don't think they need to support that now. They're just using bolts. You can just about see the bolts in the roof. There's some white dots around the ring.
Yeah.
That's the bolts that they're drilling vertically upwards to hold it all together.
Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of YouTube videos around on how that process happens and works.
Plenty around here. But I'm surprised they've only got a 2-armed jumbo, but never mind.
So I now have the pre-feasibility study, he says. Question is which one is it? It might be 1210. 1210. That one. So here's the PFS.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh. Nope.
No.
Maybe that's not the PFS. Oh, it is the... Oh, that's last. That's the MRE. You doofer.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Everybody can have a look at that on their own time.
This must be the PFS. So I want the one that's exploration update. It's my first time using this software. Let's try it. That one. Yes, PFS. It says it there in black and white. Hurrah!
Good.
So we have that, which is just. I mean, there's the 4 rings.
Yeah, that's
right?
where I picked up that the decline had moved because it's got 4 spirals. The other one, the old one, had 5. Alright, that's the mining plan. Okay, now if you look on the bottom left of it, the decline is going to hit that T shape.
Yeah.
Right. So then you got some infrastructure there, and then it goes on a bit towards the ore, and then it goes left to the western front. And I think this is where those big long drills have been testing the ground.
They want to know what's down there.
Yeah. Whether that 86W4 has gone further down to test a further front down below, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just hoping it picks up 400 metres or more ore. But on this plan, you can see the eastern front is going through the decline. The dike, I mean.
Yes.
Okay, and then it turns right into the eastern front. So you've got 3 fronts on that, on the first level. Okay. That one on the right, the long one on the right, what they're going to do there is put a tunnel through the middle of it, a stoping tunnel through the middle of it, just to pick out that sulfide. Whereas the others are all going perpendicular to it.
Right.
Okay. So that one on the right will not be there on the second level. Or it might be on the third level. It won't be there on the third level. So that's only 240 meters deep. Those 3. Those 3 there, and the next level down is 240 meters deep. So that's well in the MRE that indicated.
Yes.
Because what they haven't done is picked up the breccia anywhere in that southeast crescent. So that is what's coming in the MRE, the breccia adjacent to sulfide.
And that's going to really add to the numbers, isn't it? I mean, we know there's so much of it.
Yeah. The southeast crescent is a funny shape. And
Let me see if I can find a quick image of that while we...
I keep trying to tell people that it's a wedge. It's not a part cylinder. It's like if you cut a piece of cheese on a big circular blob of cheese and you cut it at an angle, you get a big bit at the top and then it'll go to nothing at the bottom.
Yes. Does that help as an image? The red part, the indicated that red area.
The section on there's one section on the PFS that shows it, or it might be on the drill results. But we could come back to that if you want. Yeah, that one shows it. Look, can you see where the decline is leaning, or it's going to the southeast at the bottom.
Right.
And as you get to about 600 meters, it's nearly outside the ore. Now this is why they've changed the mining plan. It's gone from sub-level caving to sub-level open stoping. Now the reason for that is the sub-level caving would have needed that dike to be more vertical. There's nothing at the bottom for this. It's going to come down in a tight wedge. If you started dropping it at the bottom, it would come down and keep getting stuck.
Right, okay.
It's the shape of the dike has altered the mining plan.
Right, okay. And it's quite hard. Am I right in saying it's quite hard rock, that dike?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a pain in the ass from that point of view.
It's brittle as well. So.
Right.
But I think the other thing is there's a couple of things that would have told me that they're going to leave it in, and that they want the dike to stay in. And when they start backfilling, or when they've got rid of all this ore, they will start backfilling it. And I bet they'll put bolts in that dike and then cement them in so that the backfilling is holding the dike up when they take all the left-hand side out as a bulk cave.
Okay.
When you go down to the bottom, there's more ore to come out now in the bulk caving. So it's going to be a lot cheaper than the sub-level caving. Yeah, that purple bit and the green, because we'll be going way down there. That 86 W4 is below that green.
Wow.
It's about another 100 meters or so down.
That's.
But I don't know whether it's gone down or whether it's come out.
Right. An
So
angle.
It's on a bit, but it's still gone down the same depth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can see that the shape of that southeast crescent. It doesn't lend itself to sub-level caving. The top bit might, but they want to hold up that dike.
Yeah.
And there's one drawing with a scale on it, and you can scale it. It's about 300 meters leaning over. It's not a little bit. And the good thing about that is that the ore is following that dike coming up, so that there must be a fault line way down below that blue, and that dike is going to the right. So it's the ore's getting bigger as it goes down. The bulk caving will be bigger.
Well, that's a terrible problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, I told you it was going to get bigger.
You did. You have said that for a very long time. Let me just pop up this. I quite like this image. So, I think It's that one. Yes, it is. This is from the MRE.
Yeah, I mean, even that one, the dike, it shows the dike, but it shows it inclining a bit. But the last drill results showed it inclining more.
Right. Okay. But then since then they've got a lot more detail, haven't they?
Yeah.
In that space now.
Yeah. The mining plans, right? You've got the 2 million ton mining plan that was in the PFS.
Yes.
Okay, now that is from outdated drilling results from the last one was January the 28th.
Right, okay.
So you've got February, March, April, so on to September for that PFS. So the PFS was already out of date, the mining plan. There wasn't enough drilling done for them to add the breccias to the indicated. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think it does.
Okay, so we've got a PFS with a 2 million ton per annum coming out.
I mean, a lot of people are quite upset, I suppose, in some regards to that. But this is only the fraction of a fraction, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is just to get the license in the first place.
But if you look at the Southeast Crescent as on its own, that is still only a fraction of the Southeast Crescent, because they haven't, that 2 million ton doesn't cover the breccia. So what I'm trying to say now is when we get up to the feasibility study, they're only looking at 3 million ton per annum, right? Now that doesn't include, it includes some of the breccias, but not all of it. But it includes all the upgrades in the sulfides, the volume upgrades, the higher grade itself. It's higher.
Yeah.
And the volume of the sulfides within the breccia has increased.
Okay.
Okay, so that 3 million ton is the sulfides and a bit of breccia. We still got this 34 million ton whatever that's not of inferred, that's not in the indicated. So by the time we get to the FS, it's going to be way out of date. Okay.
And that's what we need to remember, isn't it? Is the data that they're working with is a snapshot in time previous to.
Yeah, everything's out of date. So when they're talking about 6 million ton, that's what you got to look at. That's what you got to be thinking in your head. 6 million ton. How are we going to get 6 million ton out?
Well, it's not up that spiral, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so. So is that old vent position a new shaft to get the ore out? I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah. But I mean, it says
you can see the shafts on that sketch now, on that section. Those aren't shafts for pulling ore out. Those are air raises.
Those vertical ones.
Yeah, you got fresh air raise. You got 2 fresh air raises, and I think there's 2 return air raises, and then you got escape tunnel, escape shafts. So that hasn't been featured in yet. Yeah, that's good. That with that spiral going down. That's when I said when I took you on my tour.
Yep.
I took you on I said now we're looking at the ore face.
Yep.
And I said the machine's going off to the right now, doing the spiral to go lower.
You did say that.
So there you go. They copied what I said.
Damn it. You heard it here first. Yeah, I mean, you can see that there. That's a lot of spirals, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's 1, 2.
That's for all the sub-level caving. That's I don't know if you can get back to that. Can you get back to the mining plan with the sections on the right?
I'm getting quicker.
You are, aren't you? Getting good. You'll take this up as a hobby.
Am I still recording? Yes. Let me just find the right. Oh, it's definitely not that one. See, I've said that now, and now I've
gone slow.
Gone slow. What am I even looking for?
The mining plan again.
The mining plan
on the PFS.
Oh, this is the PFS. You can see. You
I
can
think it's quite interesting that section on the right. I don't know if any people can understand it. I do get a lot of questions thrown at me, but people not really understanding things. That's it. On the right, that's looking for a section through it. You can see the depths of each level.
Yes.
The first two 120 each, and then what's the next one? 210. So you got 450 meters. Well, that's not near the bottom of the MRE. Okay, the next one goes to the bottom of the MRE. So what we've been looking at in the drill results are below these four fronts. Okay, so 4 levels. So the drill results that we've just had are below. They're hitting down below. And down below is what I've been calling a big blob. So if you go to the sections, I think it's section 2, section 3, maybe.
As the PFS?
Oh no, it might be the MRE. No,
both.
No, the drill results. The drill results.
The drill results, right. Which one's the drill results? That's my drill results. So I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go like that. And I want that one. These are the latest drill results.
Yeah, if you go to the sections. Keep going. And again. That's it. That's it.
That one?
Yeah. Bottom right. Yeah. That blob, that purple blob, is in what I've been calling a fifth front.
Oh.
It's below.
It's lower than
the MRE. You can see the black dotted line of the MRE.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's below that. And we're waiting for one of those. There's a big long drill that comes down in blue that we're waiting for.
Wow.
So they've really hit that blob. They've been drilling it and drilling it. And you can see just to the bottom left of the light blue, that's 86 W4.
It is, yeah.
That is the long drill that I was talking about. Now that carries on down, down and down, down. So it goes down below the page. Go up again. That one. That where they indicated that drill. It goes down through the yellow.
Yep.
And off the page.
Wow.
So you can see how deep this thing's going to go.
And that's already 400 meters undercover, isn't it? I mean, that's
yeah.
I'm surprised there's going to be any gold left by the time they're done drilling it. At least that's what it looks like on paper.
Yeah, like a prat, I measured the volume of the drills, and there ain't a lot.
Okay, that's good. I'll take that. And I think that's the key is when you actually realise this is over a 600 meter, 600 by 350, isn't it?
Yeah,
ish.
Now in the New Gen conference that happened recently, that Hydrogen put on the board.
Yep.
they're talking about 800 by 500. Yeah.
Would that include the eastern breccias?
No, that is probably includes alteration in the north.
With the pods and stuff?
Yeah. So, but the pods are actually within that 650, but there's alteration which is expanding it, it's the crackle stuff. See the light grey.
Okay.
So that I think they're including that, but on the bottom right of that plan that you've just seen, that it's sticking out, and that blob is sticking out that way. That's sticking out, and that's interesting with that one. That dark green line of the dike, right? When you go down to that blob, you've got to move that line off the edge of the purple red area because the dike's moved that much. It's really confusing, this. I'm not too keen on it, this plan.
Because you're trying to look at a 3D image in 2D, aren't you? It really doesn't...
And you're looking at it from an angle. They're looking at, if you're looking down on it, they're looking it away a little bit and at an angle.
Right, okay. So it's not a straight 180.
No. It is confusing, and the rectangle of the eastern breccias, well, it don't look like that. If you look at the eastern breccias, there's two green lines where the two long drills that we found.
Yes.
Well, the dike is on drill 84. It never reached the dike, so you've got to move that dike right over there. Okay, and then you can see on 83 a gap in the intercepts, so you can actually see where the dike is going through on 83, but not on this plan.
Yeah.
I was asked about the red intercepts on the drill plans, and some of them are sticking out. I don't know.
Yes.
Is it on that one?
There you go.
Yeah, they stick out from the ore. Okay, but Paddy did some overlays on 3 levels.
Yes.
And he proved that the ore body down below is moving south, or expanding southwards. Okay, so what looks like outside the ore body at the top is still in the ore body down below, because it's sloping. Did it show it on the next plan? Yeah, there's some there, look. And there's a long drill that goes right the way from northwest to southeast, 90 something, and it went way out. Not on this one. I think it was on the last.
Okay.
And there's a red blob right at the end of it, and it's about 300 meters from the ore body.
Wow.
So that is where I think the eastern breccias is. It's curving round from that blob. That blob is the start of the bottom, what I call the bottom ovoid.
Yeah.
And it curves round to that drill 90 intercept, and then it curves round to 84 and 83, and then it goes off up towards 141. So it's not a rectangle. It's a bottom ovoid as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But it's all changing so quick.
No, absolutely. I think this image here actually really helps to show a fraction of a fraction.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's the grand scheme of it, isn't it? There's your fraction of a fraction.
Yeah, what everybody's got to remember is, right now, Ricky the miner told me this. He said they'll pick out all that purple, pick out all the high stuff to pay for everything.
Yeah.
It will pay for all the decline, and they'll get as much as they can out of it to pay for the rest of it before they start doing the bulk. But if you pick out the high grade stuff, what's left is low grade ish. Yeah. So when they start the bulk mining, my 1 gram per ton or 0.75 gram per ton or whatever you like will probably go lower. The average will come down because they've picked out.
Because they picked out all the good stuff.
Yeah. But you can't worry about that because that purple stuff is paying for all the capex. So
Right.
all this rubbish that people keep coming, oh, it's going to cost this, that, and that's a load of rubbish because that is going to pay for it. Once we've got over this next couple of years of no production and paying for things, the bank loan, this will pay off the bank loan pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So people mustn't worry about it. There's millions down there.
I mean, I think that really does say in detail that little fraction of purple is going to pay for getting all of that out, plus whatever else is below it. And you can see it's growing. They're hiding it underneath the legend. But
yeah, I know. I was saying that the other day.
they need to move the legend over.
On the left, that bottom left, look.
Yeah, what are they hiding there?
Well, that's the northern extension. I reckon that's what goes off to Lake Averon, but I might be wrong on that one. You can see they're going to have a different system next time because they're attacking that bit.
Yeah.
At the moment, they're down there in amongst that left-hand corner and the bottom right.
I mean, no one cares about the top right corner. Why not pop it up there?
Yeah, I mean, they put a legend over the blob.
Yeah.
I could swear there, but I won't.
Oh, very good.
You could, on that one, if you leave that alone a minute, there's 3 little lines above, look. Yeah, blue. They're assays pending. And if you imagine it, those are coming down from where you're looking now. They're coming down towards the section and then going on down through it and downwards.
Yes.
And then getting behind that bloody legend. Oops.
In fact, there's a 4th one just sticking out the top of it, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, they...
But there's a big blob there. And it looks like there's a sulfide somewhere in that region, and it looks like an octopus. on one of, I think it was July's results. There's an octopus and a calf and a whale. On this, you got to look at that. It's really funny. That it just about shows that blob. Look.
Yes.
See?
It's a much narrower version of it, isn't it?
That's what I call the octopus.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, never mind.
So
go back to the plan. Go back. Go
the mining plan.
No,
the PFS?
The drill plan. Go scroll down.
That's the MRE. That's not the right document. It's that one.
Not the drill. What you got now? That one. That's it. Scroll down. Other way.
Oh, other way.
Sorry. Scroll up.
You want that one?
Yeah, look at this. Now, there's 3 or 4 areas they've been hitting. You can see right through the middle, they've been hitting the end of the high grade at the bottom left, look.
Yeah.
The amount of drills that have gone through there, and they're picking out. They're getting that ready for the JORC increase it to indicated.
Yeah.
But some are down deeper, so it might go to inferred, but there's a lot of it there going to be increased to indicated.
But we want inferred, don't we? I mean, indicated obviously is what we really want, but inferred is going to be good because it's going to start to tell the market exactly what we've got our hands on, and a hell of a lot more than 4.3 million tons equivalent.
Yeah, the inferred, it's just inferred. It's just not. But you can see that they've got a section of drills coming down and following the dike.
Yes.
But you've got to remember that the dike is to the right. So what they're doing there is they're infilling to get the breccias into the indicated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yep.
They go vertical down following the dike. And then there's another section of drills coming across the dike. Well, they're not actually coming across it, they've already gone through the dike, and then the rest of it is to the left of the dike. Those are good drills, and the blob is down there. The blob is in amongst that lot.
Right.
Now, if you go to the top right, you see 3 or 4 drills going through. They're in blue, so they're pending. That's the ones I was talking about on that section where you're looking behind you and it's going down through the section and off down behind that label. That's all those drills. And one of them is 141, and you can see how far that one goes out.
I mean, that goes off forever, doesn't it? Once it's been through the body, it just keeps going.
Yeah, that's 141W1. 141 actually went further out. I think this one is, I think it was lower. So it's the same length, but it went lower, so it didn't go so far out.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
But it's quite stunning that. But I think there's a gap between the ore body and the eastern breccias on that run. So I'm expecting a gap.
Yeah.
But it isn't quite going as a full ovoid. But I don't really know because I didn't have enough info to look at it.
No, we are missing data, aren't we, really, for the eastern? We really could do with a little bit more.
Yeah, because there's another one in amongst those drills. Look, it goes in. Can you see it just below 141?
Is it 146?
Yeah, and it just misses the dike.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another one in the eastern breccias, but they're not. That one's not very deep, whereas 141 is deep. I think that 146 is just skim the top.
Will it tell us down here how deep it is? Uh, 1121 meters. Is that the right total depth? That column there.
Yeah, 141 at 1900 and something, 1985.
Wow.
So, but that's it at 65. So after times that by 0.866, so that takes you down to about 1600, and then take off 400 cover. So you're looking at 1200 deep. And that's interesting, that 1200 deep, because that's about the same depth as the northern Havron North.
Okay.
Which we're going to go on to in a minute. But 146, look, it's 1127. So then you've got to times it by 0.866, then take off 420. So it's quite shallow, that one. Now, why it's gone right out like that, I don't know. I mean, you must be looking at 600-700 deep of ore. So your guess is as good as mine. What's out there? Is it higher up? I don't know.
Are they trying to maybe see if they can find the top of the ore body, the eastern?
Yeah,
they won't know that yet, will they?
I think I think the eastern breccia starts at 900, but they're at 600 to 700, so they're way above it. There's something happening there. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
There's not enough info.
No, we could do with one of these nice coloured drawings, really, couldn't we, of the eastern?
Yeah.
Of actually having it on
it
there.
Will come. It will come. It'll blow all our minds, I think.
Yes. No, absolutely.
But I think what they're doing now is drilling the Havron North.
Which is Zipper and
Havron North. But Havron North, I believe, is joined to the eastern breccias. I could be wrong, but
Let me.
The dike goes through it. So there's a fault line coming up.
I don't know if this helps.
The fault line is caused the dike to split. Yeah, that one. The dike comes up through Havron and then goes up through Havron North.
Yes.
And then goes off up into Artemis.
Open Google Earth at the same time and.
Yeah, well, there's an isometric drawing of Artemis that Artemis did, showing the green gravity. No, hang on, the zippers of gravity. It's the Havron North magnetic, and it shows a green blob, sort of like being stretched out from Havron. Isn't no good me sending it to you, is it?
That's right. I shall. Nope. It's going to play Hunt the Image now.
Well, but that Havron North, with the drill that we've got that's pending, they've given us the depth of about 1,200 metres. So if you take 400 cover, which it will be about the same at that point, it's going to be 400 cover. Because if you take 400 off 1,200, that's 800. You got a sort of 750 depth to the basement. I presume it's the basement. I've heard that they've drilled, or that Artemis have drilled to the basement. So you're looking at 800 depth. I don't know whether it contains anything. I've got no idea, but I'm looking at the tonnage of the ore that could hold minerals.
Right.
And there's a billion ton there.
There's a what?
There's a billion ton there.
A billion
up to the
tons
boundary. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you what minerals are in it. I couldn't tell you.
No.
I don't know. But it looks very interesting because it's connected to the same fault line with all these magmatics coming up from causing Havron and all these intrusions coming up through. There's got to be something there. Sean is very optimistic in what he said on that AGM.
Here you go. Here's what I mean. They're drilling Atlas at the moment, so we'll see if it goes far enough north. But you can see with this image.
Yeah. But it's in just that little ovoid. I mean, it goes up to the boundary and it carries on through. Is it Atlas? It's Atlas, isn't it? Which is further up.
Atlas is up here, yeah.
Yeah. Now they've got MMI results for Apollo and Atlas, and there's gold in both. Gold and copper in both. So that looks really good for Havron North.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean that won't. To say the obvious, the gold won't care about the hand-drawn boundary, will it? That's been put up by somebody. It just is the whole thing. So the question's, does it go into this little area here?
Yeah, I'll come to that.
Okay. I must have an image for that somewhere.
There's a really good image, an early image, and
I just changed it.
It used to be Zipper next to Apollo, but in the last Artemis results, they're saying Apollo is near Zipper.
Oh.
And that got me thinking. That's a good shot because you can see the red boundary of Havron.
Yes.
Right, and you can see that dark blue line going up.
Yep.
Well, to the left is Scallywag.
Yes.
Okay. And you can see this, like an image going off to the northwest.
Is that our fault line?
Well, there is a fault line there, yeah. And then there's another blue line. That's Rio's boundary.
Yes.
And I think that green is Budgie down. Not sure, but
It would be about right. I might even have a pin for that somewhere, but yes.
yeah. So that's all connected to Apollo. But there's an Artemis drawing that shows a magnetic rock coming from Zipper through Apollo, through Scallywag, through Budgie Town, and then up and round and through Outer Mind. It's the same rock. And they found gold at Outer Mind, although we don't really know how much yet. But according to Newcrest, there wasn't a lot, was there? But they're looking for tier ones. If any of those are tier twos, it would be mind blowing.
Yes.
So I'm not writing them off yet, but by no chance of doing that. Right, if we go to Zipper, yeah, that's quite a good one, isn't it? Right, I reckon that Zipper, quantity-wise, is about 1.1 billion tons of ore.
In that little area.
Yeah. Okay. Now, on one of Artemis drawings, it shows a red magnetic zone, and it forms like where that white dotted line is now. It shows a triangle, and that's all they've got
I'm actually updating all my
of this target. I reckon Zipper Apollo and the one in Scallywag is the same ore body. It's the same target.
Mm.
What I'm thinking, if you draw a circle, the main centre of this target is about a kilometre in diameter. Yeah?
Yeah.
50% of it to the south is in Havron. 50% of it is in Apollo and Scallywag. And that 50% you can split 2/3, 1/3. So we got 1/3 of that top half in Scallywag. Wow.
Yeah.
Of the centre anomaly. And they've been drilling right alongside their border, and we've been drilling near the border. So that they're hitting the centre.
Do you think they're already working together? Do you think they've been told you need to draw here, here, and here?
No, because the boundaries are vertical, aren't they? So they're not allowed to go. But they could be. I don't know.
I mean, to me, that would make sense. I mean,
they must be sharing information.
Well, that's it, isn't it? If you're drilling the same area,
yeah,
why not collate all your data and all prosper?
But Sean did say we're not drilling patterns. He says we're drilling itemised holes and doing surveys, models.
Yeah.
And reappraising and coming back, doing models and coming back.
Yeah.
And then they'll drill again.
Almost to equate to sort of match up all their data and then have the bigger picture rather than just getting happy and throwing.
But I get quite excited by that because on that drawing, that plan now, you can just about see the blue shading going off into Scallywag.
Yes.
Why haven't they got a plan to draw that?
Well, I mean,
they're waiting, aren't they? They're waiting.
They are.
Now, that triangle in Artemis ground, right on there's about 1 billion ton in that triangle. So you've got about 1.1 on Havron side. There's about 1 billion ton on the Artemis side, and then I don't want to say there's more because it'd probably be weaker going as you go further along. So 500 to a billion ton on Scallywag.
Yeah, I mean, that's a mile
But
between those ish.
there's only a very small segment of the central target in Scallywag. It's about a triangle of about 300 by 300. And it's about 500 deep, according to the drilling.
Really could do with finding that image then, really, couldn't we?
What was that last one? Go back to that last one.
That one?
Yeah, that yellow.
Yes.
See the yellow going through
Oh,
Apollo?
is that the one that goes up to Outmind?
That goes out and round out to mine, look.
Yeah.
And it's following that fault line all the time.
Yes.
So if that ends up as a tier 2 in Scallywag, I mean, will NCM want it or not? I don't know. Probably not. But you're looking at big tonnages here. You can see the shape of Havron, and that's 900 million tons from my calculations. So you've got 2 targets above it, which are on the billion ton range.
So there could be 3 large pipes of...
Yeah, could be massive. And we haven't got down to that Mika down below yet.
No.
No idea what that will contain.
What, where is Miko? Is that's down, isn't it?
It's on that fault, isn't it?
Yeah. They never actually drilled Artituthis, which is a shame because that sits right in that line.
I got my feelings about Teach.
And that's the first time they've drilled inside the fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've not seen them drill out. London and Kraken, they were on the wrong side of the fault, weren't they? Or at least the pads were.
Teachers, I think we're going to get stuffed with the environmental issues. But what do I know?
At Teach?
At Teach, yeah. If there's anything at Teach.
Oh, it's salt flats, isn't it?
It's salt flats.
And we all know what loves salt flats.
Yeah, salt. No.
Wildlife. This area here, all this blue I've found out is all salt flats.
Yeah. But that's not that is one of the reasons. But the other reason is there's a fault running through it. And it runs down to the southwest of Havron. Yeah, it runs southwest of Havron, and it's draining all of this area.
Right.
And then it heads off to Lake Dora. So if you build Teach on across that fault. So if they did mine it, you drain Lake Dora.
Right.
So I think there would be a water issue, but I don't know. I'm just looking at the environmental reports. And Artemis have got a problem with environment too on their ground. Well, it will have, because we've got it as well. To the northeast of Havron and into the grounds of Artemis, where Bundy, I think it is called, their target. It's an old target called Bundy.
Right, okay.
I think it's Bundy. Might be something else.
Oh.
It's hungry.
Baxter, shush. Baxter, shush. It's the postman. It's Baxter's desire to be on air.
There's environmental issues in that top right corner.
Right. Okay.
And everybody laughs at me when I keep going on about it, but that's where the bilbies live. And they're not going to let you touch that area.
No, not at all. And in fact, we can.
But they're also living just to the northeast of Havron, in those sand dunes. So that could be another reason why they don't want to take the dike down to hold that back.
Excuse me, scrolling really fast. I know you're not a fan. Fire. I mean, the parrot's our biggest.
Yeah, the night parrots.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, people laugh at me talking about that, and
I mean, it's a real concern.
I have got criticised for it, but if there is anything like that, they won't let us do anything. So
no,
it is a concern.
I've lost the image I was looking for now. But this is the thing, isn't it? Is people really do need to sit down and read these documents and
yeah,
and not just I've broken that one. And not just take it for granted that just because we've read it, and I think I've broken Adobe. It doesn't want to scroll anymore. There you go. You know, and it's amazing actually how much work they've put into this, and we didn't even know that they would even be talking about. Like, I didn't even think that they would be going as deeply as they have.
Can you imagine how much that would have cost Greatland?
There's no way we could have even afforded the bloody report, let alone everything else.
Yeah, it's massive. So the thing we've got to think about now is that decline is going to start getting quicker.
Yes.
When I don't know, but there's a great picture of the vent starting with the rig above it, the tripod rig, and I did post a video of going downwards. They're not coming upwards; they're going downwards.
Yes.
Yeah, and so there's a great picture of that going on. So that is going to take a few months to get sorted, get down there.
I mean that it takes like 28 days for the concrete to cure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So hopefully when we do actually look at that one, and we look here, that's likely the vent raise, right?
Yeah. That's where the Everseed plant is going to be. So there's going to be you'll start seeing a lot of work going on there with foundations, and
yes,
so it should start being able to pick it up with these satellites.
In fact, hang on, if I just, there's the paste plant to that side. So if I then just switch that to I'll just go screen 2. You can kind of see how it's gonna work, really. So the vent.
Yeah, that's an old one now, isn't it?
It is, an old one now, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's going to be that topsoil stockpile must have gone.
Stockpile is. Oh, well, that's a load of old rubbish, and yet that's a document from October.
But I don't. Where the old vent raise was, I don't know what is going in that position, but they're showing something. So maybe they are putting the Everseed there and having another vent raise at the top of the spiral. I really don't know.
That document's a waste of time. Maybe they found a way of moving
the other thing I've been looking at lately is panorama, and the vastness of that one is just mind-boggling. But with Havron, you got an age of 630 million years ago. This all happened. Where at Panorama is different. The age of the rocks are 3.3 billion years ago. So you're looking at about 2,000 some hundred million years before Havron was formed. There's a panorama, there's a long fault in the top left hand corner of it.
I will get those images. They're just on. I've changed hard drives. So it's about that one. Yeah, I've changed hard drives. So I just got to change the letter and they appear.
Why's it got an X? X marks the spot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dig here.
If I do a little bit of camera movement. There we go. So there's your panoramas.
Yeah,
from the Aeromag.
You can see that those two red lines coming down from top right to bottom left.
Yeah.
And all the lines that they've done as survey lines for rock chips and sample lines in riverbeds. So those red, the rock chips, I think, and the yellow. What's the yellow? Can't remember.
No, that's the rock chips.
Yeah, the yellow ones were before the green
previous ones. Yeah.
Well, look at the length of that, 6.1 kilometres. That's like from Havron to London, to Kraken.
Yeah.
But on the left, there's a fault line running right down the middle of it, and it goes off a bit. But on the left is basalt, and on the right is that's Euro basalt, and on the right is an intrusive rock. So this is where you've got a fault line with intrusions coming up. So it's all very interesting, that bit, but they haven't drilled anything yet. So hopefully when they start drilling, we might find out what's down there.
Right. So it's actually they've been there. They've had a walk around. They've found loads of evidence of gold.
Yeah.
Being there, but they've not actually put any drills in the ground.
Now, to the bottom right of this is a big license. It's still ours, but
that one.
That's where the cobalt is.
Whoop, whoop.
When everybody goes, oh no, not cobalt again. When I first started talking about it, it was $27,000 a ton.
Wow.
Well, if you look at the price, I don't know what the price is today, but it's been nudging 70,000.
Wow.
It's gone up 40,000 a ton since I've been talking about it. So for everybody that laughs at me, I've got one over on you on that one.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's here. It's literally just shy of 70,000. Wow, that's crazy. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about while you're here?
Just one little thing about the. I suppose we ought to talk about the share price. I mean, it's appalling. Wow. It's appalling at the moment.
Yes.
Everybody's complaining about the brokers. Well, I mean, in some defence of them, they didn't change the mining plans. In some respects, it was Gervais that started the ball rolling going downwards. But then they changed the mining plans, and the mining plan changed twice, and we went from 30 odd p target to 27 to 28p target, and then down to 24, 25p target. And that target is stuck. They're still at that point because of the mining plans.
Right.
The big drop in and the share price because of the mining plan happened because they changed the backfilling with paste. So if they'd have sub-level caved it, we had a capex cost of 151 million and a 2 million ton operation of backfilling, including backfilling, it's 385 million, and the 3 million ton is 457 million.
Okay.
So if you add those costs, you've got to take. It's got to come from somewhere, and it's come off the share price. It's affected the share price badly. That's why I sent Sean an email.
Yeah.
Happy about the backfilling.
And is that something that would help them down the road when it comes to just imploding the whole thing?
Yeah, it swings and roundabouts. Right at this minute, it's affected us, but I mean, in the long term, it will be beneficial.
Right. So anyone that's still hanging on to it in 30 or 40 years' time will be reaping the benefits when they start dragging it all out.
Yeah, when I'm at 125, I'll be reaping all the
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
That's why I want them to get as much as they can out of that ice grade stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense.
Let the youngsters have all the weak stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? And leave that for the grandkids.
Except there'll be a lot of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they will.
Just to conclude, really, I mean, we've got Avalon of 1 billion tonnes roughly, and it's growing. And we've got 2 targets to the north of it. That could be, if there's anything there, which is exciting, if there is. And it looks as though there is, because they keep drilling it. And Sean is really keen, he keeps saying things about it. And there was gold in the MMI results.
Yep.
In Apollo. There's gold in Atlas. And there's gold at Outer Mine, which is on the same rock unit. So I'm optimistic. We may have 2 more big targets. So when Sean says ginormous, he probably means it.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
And we haven't even gone to Mika yet, wherever that is.
I can't even find a...
It's down on...
Oh, it's down there.
Yeah, it's down behind the sand dune, isn't it? Hiding. Yeah, I don't know what's there. I don't know why they've picked on that. I don't know.
Well, I see, look, it's yeah.
And
Just
then
trying to visualise it now.
Ernest Giles to look forward to.
Well, I mean, that's this area down here. Maybe we need to have a scout for some drills and see if they've stuck one in there. Because I seem to have lost a drill recently in my last...
Did you?
Yeah. In my last... no, let's go for a Chrome tab and we'll look at that one again. So Miko's down here. See, I have noticed that they have actually, if we go into the latest 16th, because it will show up better. Just let that load. They have, I mean, this has always been on the mining plan.
That's a bore roll.
There's a bore roll, but some activities there, so I don't know if they're using that maybe, I don't know.
They could be getting water from there. For the batching plant.
I suppose they need a lot of it, don't they?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But Mika's down there, isn't it? Down.
Yeah, in this area here.
Oh, is that one?
No.
No. What's that then?
I couldn't tell you what it is, but it looks like it's just maybe some surface water.
Could be.
I mean, there's no telltale. Is there a telltale track? You just don't know where they're going to put the.
Yeah, I mean, even if they were drilling Maker, it would be away from it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Unless
isn't
they
it?
go straight down.
I mean, you can definitely see here. There's a definite change.
You know, in that bottom left-hand corner now of Avron,
Yeah.
where send it, there's, yeah, where your cursor is.
Yeah.
See that? There's something there. Right. That goes off into, that's Rio's land up there. That goes through Rio's and then comes up and back up into Teacher and Blackbeard.
I might have a.
It just skims that bottom corner. I don't know what's there. You can see the salt flats on the left in
Yes.
Teach. They're quite
Yeah,
extent-
it took me a long time to work out what they were.
There will be a water problem there,
Yeah.
even if they do actually go and mine it.
There's Teach, and there's your pads.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Well, I have to. I have an appointment to go to now.
Okay.
So it's been a thoroughly entertaining time with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Can I just say that there's a couple of people I'd like to wish well is Tommy and CJ. They got problems.
Okay.
And I've got problems with my friends. So it's been
Let's hope.
It's been very stressful. And I shan't be back to the LSE board for a while.
No, you take your time.
Mm.
Take your time. And I'm sure we all wish you well and wish those that have just been mentioned well as well. And I hope Christmas is a peaceful one for you, sir.
Yeah, well, it won't be that with the kids.
No, I bet. It'll be manic. Okay, well, Bamps, thank you so much for your time. I've thoroughly entertained this education. And no doubt we'll speak to you in the near future. If I don't see you before, have yourself a Merry Christmas.
And you. And everybody else have a good Christmas.
Absolutely. And all that's left for me to do now is play our outro music. So thank you very much, everybody. I'll speak to you soon. My name's Liam, and you've been listening to Brew with Bottle.
Brew with Bottle.